Hi all. So let's start our chapter Introduction to CorelDRAW. Introduction to CorelDRAW. We can go to the introduction procedures. CorelDRAW is one of the most popular graphics designing software available in market. So in every cases we need some kind of graphics editing everything. So CorelDRAW is a software used for the graphics designing, and also it is available in market with more versions. This amazing design software meet the day-to-day demands of working designers. So through the CorelDRAW, we are getting many more facilities which the graphic designers need. It is designed to edit two-dimensional images such as logos, posters, etc. So in the case of graphics, mainly we are using the objects like images, clip arts, data, everything. CorelDRAW Graphics Suite software is available in the market, and once installed in the computer, you can get easily started with your graphic designing work. So simply you just need to install it and you have to use the tools and everything available in the CorelDRAW. That is the only task which you have to do. There are lots of benefits of CorelDRAW for business, as CorelDRAW is what you ask for. Right from creating simple shapes and lines to complex ones, which are used to create illustrations, clip arts, logos, etc. So these all are our complex tasks: clip arts, making logo, making illustrations, everything. CorelDRAW is a beautiful software to create vector graphic image. What do you mean by vector graphic image? Actually, vector graphic means it consisting of the points, lines, and also curves. Graphic design is an art of visual communication of symbols, images, and words in a combination. So we are using images, symbols, and words in the case of graphic designing or visual communication. And what are the applications of CorelDRAW or graphic designing? We can easily say that newspapers, magazines, advertisement, web designing, and product packaging, etc., 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 are using the graphical designing and its features. And what are the softwares available for graphic designing? CorelDRAW, PageMaker, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, GIMP, Coq Express, etc. are the applications or softwares available for graphic editing. So, in this chapter, we are dealing with CorelDRAW X3 or CorelDRAW 13th version. You can see the icon used for CorelDRAW X3 will be the blue round you can see here with the pencil mark. This is the icon, and whenever you are clicking on that icon, that option or that application will be loading in the system, and then you can see the image, the second image. This is the loading application image. After loading that, you can get an interface like this. Here you can get the options like new, template, help, everything will be available here. Then let's start CorelDRAW X13, sorry X3 or CorelDRAW 13. Just you need to double click the shortcut icon on the desktop, then it will be opened. One more way is that you can go to the start button. From there you have to select programs, then CorelDRAW Graphics Suite X3. You have to choose that option, and after that click on CorelDRAW X3. After a few seconds, CorelDRAW window will be appeared there. Then you have to go to the new option available there, new option. And also you can make use of the file menu available on the left top. In the menu bar you can see the option file, and also from there you can choose the new option. Otherwise you can choose new option from this area also. The first option in green box is known as new. Then you can see an interface like this. Here an image is there and your screen will be blank like this. The image will be blank like this. So you have to go to the file and you have to take a new, then only you can get a blank page like this. Then let us discuss what are the options available here, what are the menus available here, etc. So the first thing is title bar. It is a bar of title where you can see the title of your page. The blue symbol is used for title. Then you can see the menu bar. Menu bar is used for giving the tools like file, edit, all these things are coming in that. Then toolbar, standard. This complete area is known as toolbar, where you are getting all the options, all the tools, etc. Then you can see the property bar. It's a particular area where you can set the properties of a particular item. Then in the left side you can see a box of information or some tools are there, that is known as toolbox. From there you can choose your tools with your choice for your designing purpose. Then you can see the drawing window. Actually the complete white area is known as drawing window. Then the black rectangle, this portion is known as drawing page. Here you will type the data, you will fix some images, you will draw something, or you will do some clip arts, logo designing, everything can be took place inside this area. So this is drawing page. And also you can see a portion like ruler. You know what is a scale? It is consisting of some kind of values, some lines and all. So like that, ruler is a kind of scaling system. You can see in this screen, ruler. You can see the values like 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Like all these values are there. So this is actually known as a kind of scaling ruler. Then you can see document navigator. If you are using multiple pages, then you can navigate through by clicking simply on that page name. If you are clicking page number 1, then you will be stay on page number 1. If you are going to any other page, then you can go to the page 2, page 3, etc. And also you can create a new page by clicking on the plus icon available there. Near to the page 1, you can see a plus icon will be there. Simply you just need to click there to add a new page here. So that you can easily navigate through the document. Then you can see the status bar. In the status bar you can see the data, how much you are using the page, whatever you are typing there, how much space is used, and everything will be shown in the status bar, like you are active or not, everything will be shown there. Then you can see the navigator portion, and also with the 2 arrow marks available there. Actually it is used for navigating. And also you can see the scroll bars there, horizontal and vertical scroll bars are there. You can make use of that scroll bars to move across your page. Then color palettes. The color palette can be used to fill any color in your design, to draw any lines in your design with color. So everything can be colored with the help of this color palette. Then you can see the portion which is known as Docker. Docker will give you the data like what you are going to select, or it is like a comment. You can see this is a Docker, the side view of a Docker. A Docker is a type of dialog box that can reside on the screen to allow you quick access to commands, provide information about your work, to allow you to modify your work, to control your drawing in many ways. Like whenever you are going to something, it will give you the comment, and if you are stuck in somewhere, then it will comment like this option is used for this, like all that helpful aids or links will be available in your Docker part. So these all are about our first view of this area. So after analyzing all these things and opening the new page, before starting designing process, please set your page size using the property bar. In the property bar, you can see a value in the box, letter. So if you are clicking on that drop down list, you can set your page type or page size. Actually, you can select the values like letter quality, A4 quality, legal print quality, everything can be available there. So you can choose your own page size. By default, you can choose A4 or letter. A4 or letter. Then set your values in the width and height options using list box. So you can see a value like 8.5 and 11.0 in the screen. So by clicking 8.5, you can choose the width size, and also by choosing that box with 11, you can fix your height or length of the page. So these two options are known as list box values, and also you can call it like a paper width or paper height. Then you can see the toolbox. Next option is toolbox. Where is the toolbar situated? Can you please find out by using the first diagram? This is the first diagram we have already referred. Here you can see in the left side some tools are there. That particular portion is known as toolbox. Toolbox, which is situated just left of your drawing area or drawing window. So in the toolbox, you can get many more tools here like pick tool, shape tool, flyouts, crop tool, zoom tool, freehand tool, artistic media tool, rectangle tool, ellipse tool, polygon tool, text tool, parallel dimension tool, straight line connector tool, drop shadow tool, transparency tool, color eyedropper tool, interactive fill tool, smart fill tool. So these all are the tools available here, and also inside these every tools some more options will be situated. You can see in this option itself, here you can see pick tool. Whenever we are come to the next diagram, you can see the options are like a pick, freehand pick, free transform. So it is giving you all the options available under that particular tool. So this is the image which will give you the complete idea about the tools available under each and every tool. We will discuss all these tools about all these tools in the next chapter. Then you can see here we can see all these options, and one more option is there that you can see box shape situated on the left side of the work area, which we have already referred, and a small arrow in bottom of toolbox indicate fly out. What is this fly out? Actually, fly out contain a set of related tools. If you are clicking on any option and if it is giving you some more options inside that, it is known as fly out. Simple. So you can see the fly out symbol like a small arrow mark. Just it is directing to bottom right. You can see the black arrow which is giving you the icon, or which is giving you the arrow mark to the bottom right. You can see that symbol. It is known as fly out. So whenever we are clicking on this option, the first option which is shape tool, inside that you can see some more options are there: shape, F10, smooth, smear, twirl, attract, ripple, smudge, roughen, etc. So these all are flyout options available here. So let's talk about these all flyouts, how it is used and what is the application of these flyouts. So the first option is shape. The shape tool lets you edit the shape of object. So you are choosing an object from this, and then if you are using that option shape flyout, shape tool, then you can edit that shape like this. You can see the symbol available here with the black and blue icon. Then the next tool is smooth. The smooth tool lets you smooth curved objects to remove jagged edges, or which is giving you some curly manners or curly things. So you can reduce the number of nodes or curls. You can see the first thing is drawn by the user at first. After that, if you are using the smooth tool at a particular location, that curves are moving from there. Okay. Then the smear tool lets you shape an object by pulling extensions or making indents along its outline. So I have just made a round symbol there. If you are using the smear tool, it having some kind of edge or corner there. Okay, so it's very useful icon whenever you are drawing something, like you are drawing some rain symbols or something else. Then next option is twirl. Twirl tool lets you create swirly effects by dragging along the edge of object. You can see in this diagram a straight design is there. If we are applying twirl tool, then it will twist somehow it. You can see the design. The second design is the application of twirl tool. Then the attract tool. Next one is attract tool. It will let you shape objects by attracting nodes to the cursor. You can see the first image and also you can compare it with the second image. So we have a attractive corner here. We can make it simply with our cursor. Then the ripple tool. It lets you shape the objects by pushing away nodes from the cursor. So you can easily make the designs like these all things. So here you can see a star mark and we are just removing some of the part and we are fixing some other design here. So actually it is looking like a ring. Okay, a ring and its design. Then the smudge tool. It lets you distort a vector object by dragging along its outline. You can see a simple line is drawn there. Then after that you are using the smudge tool to make that stem to an entire tree. Then roughen tool. It lets you distort the outline of a vector object by dragging along the outline. So if you are just dragging on the outline part, then you can see the first symbol is a rectangle symbol. It is making like a carving symbol. Okay. Next is rectangle tool. The symbol is shown here. So go to toolbox and you can click on this option available there. Use the tool from toolbox and also can draw it by just hold down the control key and drag. Simply you can click on the option and you can drag it. If you are dragging it like that, then it will be becoming like a just simply like a rectangle. And if you are holding the control key, then if you are dragging the same thing, then it will make a proper equal sized edges, like a proper square will be drawn there. Then use it to draw rectangles and squares. We can change the position, size, color, angle of rotation, mirror effect and outline width, etc. So if you are drawing a rectangle there or a square there, you can edit it further. And also we have the flyout for rectangle tools. You can see these two options available in your screen. First one is rectangle tool and the second one is 3-point rectangle. So we can discuss about these 2 points also. You can draw a rectangle or a square by dragging diagonally with the rectangle tool or by specifying the width and height with the 3-point rectangle tool. So we can go to the tool like this. You can see the tool boxes looking like this. You can click on the rectangle tool, then you can get these two flyouts from there. Then you can draw your rectangle. So let's check how we can draw it. You can see the rectangle tools. If you are drawing with the rectangle tool, then it lets you draw rectangles and squares. You can see the symbol. You can see the images also. Then the 3-point rectangle tool lets you draw rectangles at an angle. At an angle. You can see the example 4. Okay, then here we can have the example for CorelDRAW X3. CorelDRAW 13. So we are clicking on the icon. Let's move to CorelDRAW. It's loading. Yeah, completed. Here you can see the options. The first option is new. In this white box, we have the first option, new. It will produce a blank page in front of you. This will be everyone's choice. Then recently used. So if you have recently used any Corel page, then you can open that also. Next is open. You can open already saved file. Then new from template. In this case, it's a predefined collection of designs. You can choose any of the design from the template gallery. It will be proper. Then Corel Tutor. It can be useful. Actually, it is a kind of help. You can choose this option for getting any help. And what's new? It is the add-in or the additional features of the new version. Let's view the page now by clicking new. Okay, then this is our new page, you can see, and the rectangle box is indicating this is a page. Then you can see this option, layer. Actually, it is used for changing the size of your page. This part is inside our property bar. So you can choose any of the options from here, like layer, legal, A4, anything. So now I am choosing A4 and we are getting back to our page. Yes, inside the rectangle box. Again, if you need to change the size, you can choose your own size approximately. Then you can also deal with the width and the height. In the case of this width, I am changing it to 100. Okay, you can see the difference. Then I am changing the height into 100. Okay, now it is becoming as a equal sized square. And also if you need to change the size again, then you can change it like 100 as width and height as 300. Then the next thing is orientation. You can see this is the orientation technique. You can choose two of them. One is portrait and the other one is landscape. And you know the difference of both because one will be the vertical and one will be the horizontal method in orientation. Okay, then see the default thing, that will be portrait in every time, and also you have the complete right to change it. And you can see page 1 here. So if you need to navigate through pages, you can click the next page and also you can add the new page. So if you are clicking the set default option on the top, then the similar design will be copied or similar page size will be copied to the new pages also. It is a very simple and very easy method to create the same designed page again and again. So you can also change it manually. You can change the width and the height of the page, and also you can change the orientation accordingly. Next is units. You can see
Here it is millimeter. We can change it to inches or any other value. And also in the case of inches and millimeter, the height and width can be vary accordingly. You can see that also here. Okay, then this is the method units. So width and height are changing accordingly. You can see the page size here. Okay, then after that I am clicking on rectangle tool and I am just dragging. You can see here I have made a rectangle and I have moved it. And after that I am changing its size. And also I would like to change the units. Okay, I have changed it. Okay, then also I'm selecting this portion and you can see the value here. A gap is there in between these two rectangle symbols, and you can see the gap is 2.54. 2.54. You can change the size from 2.54 to any other value. Then simply I am clicking on that value and I am typing a new value there, and you can see the difference. And now the gap between these two are changed. And also we can make its duplicate by simply clicking on the plus icon. So it's a better method to make the duplicate of the rectangle. Yeah, again I am getting the plus sign there. If I am clicking on that, then multiple copies can be created there. However, I am clicking on the plus symbol. One click on the plus symbol will create a new copy or a duplicate copy. Again, if I am clicking, then again it will become a new copy, and you can see the difference between these rectangles. So it is changed by me manually. And also I have copied the item and I am changing the distance again. So it's a better method to use the size between them. And also I have copied the size and changing the spaces. I'm adding two shapes. Okay, and I'm removing that shape from here. So through this technique you can use all these options to change the designs. You can add design, you can delete design, you can duplicate design, everything you can use. Okay, then I'm selecting all of them, and this is the zoom view. You can see the difference. Actually, whenever we are seeing it as an overview, it is considered as a simple rectangle. A rectangle carries 4 rectangles here, but actually it's the 4 rectangles. Okay, then next tool is ellipse tool. You can see the option available on the toolbox just near to the rectangle tool, and it is also using the 2 more options with the ellipse tool, so that we can see that it is fly out. So what are the 2 tools? That are ellipse tool and a 3-point ellipse. So you can draw an ellipse or a circle by dragging diagonally with the ellipse tool, or you can draw an ellipse by using the 3-point ellipse tool to specify its width and height. So how we can draw this? We can go to the video itself. You can see these examples and also these examples. In the example of the ellipse tool, you can see a tire is made up of this tool, and in the case of the second example, you can see 3-point ellipse tool. It lets you draw ellipses at an angle. So just looking like the cylinder, and you are making some ellipse shapes inside these tool. We can have the example also. Okay, then now we are going to discuss about the tool ellipse, and you know the shortcut for ellipse tool will be F7. It is already showing here. So you have to choose this option from here. Just simply click and drag up to your choice. Then your round or oval shape will be created here. Then simply clicking and dragging. And if you need a perfect square, then please hold Ctrl and then drag the shape. This will be make a perfect round. If you need to change it to any other pie or arc shapes, then you can get these options available here. Now it is pie, and if you need to change it again, and you know what, it having the start and end point, and you can change the angle by changing the value. We have changed it, and if you just need to make it opposite, then you can choose this option, clockwise or counterclockwise arcs or pie. Simply click on this option, then it will be reversed. And also you can choose this arc symbol from here. Yes, it is made as an arc. Now you can see we have also a starting and ending point here. We can also change the values like pi, and also we can just reverse it. How we can reverse it? Yes, the same option we have used previously. Okay, then it is changed. Also we have some shortcut method to do the same. So what you have to do is just choose the round, go to shape tool, select that, and coming to here, selecting the node and drag. Then it is made like a pie. Again, if you are dragging with that round line, it is making an arc symbol. If you don't need the shape, then you can just click on that round symbol, and you can use your delete key available on your keyboard. Okay, then you can see these shortcut method I am using here. Okay, delete is working. Yeah, and after that I am again clicking on the shape tool, edit tool. There you can see the second option, that is 3-point ellipse tool. Actually it is the flyout. Flyout means if you need to put an oval shape with a proper angle, then you can choose that option from there, and you can click and drag. You can see the line, and also whenever you are dropping that, you can see the shape is coming like an oval shape. Then you can use the select tool to select it and again edit it, like the similar thing we have done previously. And also you can do the same thing with the rectangle tool also. By simply clicking on the center, you can reassign the shape, you can rotate it, everything you can use. Again you are drawing an ellipse using these two corners of a rectangle's one side, then it will make a proper circle. So it's a simple logic. It's a simple logic to make a perfect square. And also you can change it with everything approximately as your choice.